However, if we are willing to let go and come under the judgment seat of Christ, if we judge ourselves while we are still on this earth, we will stand before His eternal judgment seat uncondemned. So which is better? Right now than later? If you are judged right now, there is time to redeem what you have lost. But if you are judged later at the eternal throne, there's nothing you can redeem, but many to lose. If you read 1 Corinthians chapter 3, it says the fire will try what our works are. If the works are hay, wood and stubble, it will all burn to ashes. So whatever you have done, 44 years of ministry or 55 years of ministry or 10 years of ministry will all go down the drain. Nothing remains. All the honors, all the gifts that you have amassed will all go to waste. It will be like a soldier in the army. Let's suppose he's a captain or a major. But because he didn't put his life right, when he was judged, all the stripes removed from him. All the stripes removed, and he just remains as an ordinary private in the army. All the honors gone. All the glories that was given, the stars, the medals, all removed. All gone. I know of a dear friend of mine who served in the military. And through his hard work, he climbed up the ranks and he became a sergeant. But he has a problem, his mouth. His mouth was his problem. And he had a problem with another senior officer. And the senior officer didn't like him, and my friend didn't like the senior officer. But whether you like or you don't like your senior officers, in the military, there are protocols. You have to salute your senior officer, whether you like him or you don't like him. You have to show them the proper respect. So my friend went around the entire military base bad-mouthing that senior officer, which is a big offense. To bad-mouth an officer outside the camp is okay, but to do it in the camp, that's a very, very big offense. So sooner or later, some people warned him. He said, hold your mouth. Don't bad-mouth in the military base. He wouldn't listen. He kept on bad-mouthing, and eventually it reached the ears of that officer. So one problem after another problem after another problem. So this friend of mine was court-martialed. Now by then, he had put in 8 years of service in the military, and he had remaining only 6 months before he was going to retire with a huge amount of pension money. He was court-martialed, and his stripes were all removed, and he was discharged, given a dishonorable discharge from the military service. Every honor, every commendation that was given to him were all removed, his stripes removed, his money withdrawn, and he was forced back to compulsory mandatory 2.5 years of military service according to their country's standards. He became from a sergeant, he became a private overnight. Not only a private, he lost 8 years of service, and he had to go back and serve another 2.5 years in the military for a meager salary. We can end up like that, with all the glory, and the status that God has given to us in our spiritual life. If we don't judge ourselves right during these days of grace, when we stand before the judgment seat of Christ, everything can be removed. Perhaps our soul may be safe, but stripped of all glory and honor, remaining just as an ordinary person. Like what you heard in this meeting, in the lowest, darkest part of heaven, crying, gnashing the teeth for all the wasted opportunities. You don't want that, do you? How long will that period last? No one can say. It depends on our heart attitude. The purification that takes place in that realm to really churn out all the plaques, like how a dentist will do on our teeth, removing all the dark plaques. Brother Neville very simply mentioned that. He had seen it, he knows how awesome, how awful it is, but unless and until either you see it with your own eyes, those places, or you experience it, the terribleness of that almost lost state cannot be understood just by hearing. It has to be experienced. Then you will feel that you are really lost. You are not lost, but you feel you are lost. God is good. At the same time, He is a righteous judge. So we don't want to miss that view of God.